Analytics services that you will need to know for the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam. Number 1 is Athena, and Athena is an interactive query service for data that's stored in S3. And it allows you to query your data using standard SQL or structured query language. It's serverless, so you don't need to configure any infrastructure to use Athena. And a common use case for Athena is querying log files or generating reports on S3 data. And you could also use it to analyze your cost and usage reports from your AWS bills. So if you see anything in the exam relating to interactively querying S3 data using standard SQL, then I want you to think Athena. Number 2 is AWS Data Exchange, and this allows you to securely exchange and use data that's provided by third parties on a subscription basis. And these are called data products, and there are data products available for all kinds of different domains, including financial services, healthcare, weather, manufacturing, or telecommunications. And this data can be used to build analytics and machine learning applications. An example use case is to analyze retail spending patterns using data provided by companies like MasterCard or by credit checking agencies. And you can also use AWS Data Exchange to create your own data products and let other accounts subscribe to your product. So if you see anything in the exam relating to securely exchanging or subscribing to data that's provided by third parties, then the service to use is AWS Data Exchange. Number 3 is Amazon EMR or Elastic MapReduce, and this is a fully managed big data platform. It supports structured data, for instance, financial transaction data, as well as semi-structured data like text documents, and unstructured data like application logs. And it allows you to select from a variety of commonly used open source technologies like Apache Spark, Apache Hive, Presto, and Hadoop. Use cases include finding patterns in genomic data, identifying customer preferences using clickstream data, or analyzing your application log data. And with Amazon EMR, you get petabyte scale parallel data processing and analysis. So if you see anything in the exam relating to a fully managed big data platform, then they're talking about Elastic MapReduce. 4 is AWS Glue, and this is a service that's used to prepare your data for analytics and machine learning. It uses a crawler, which is a program that connects to your data store, for instance in S3 or Redshift, and crawls your data to classify it, determine a schema, and create a data catalog containing data about your data. So essentially, performing extract, transform, and load, or ETL. So it's extracting data from your data sources, transforming it by categorizing it, cleaning it, or even joining multiple data sets. And it can then load your data into a final data store like RDS, Redshift, S3, or Athena, so that this transformed data can then be used by your applications. So if the exam mentions extract, transform, and load, or creating a data catalog, then I want you to think of AWS Glue. Number 5 is Amazon Kinesis, and this is a family of services that enables you to collect, process, and analyze streaming data in real time. The word kinesis is a Greek word meaning movement or motion. So Amazon Kinesis deals with data that's in motion or streaming data. For instance, think of data that's continuously being generated, like stock market data or social media feeds. And Kinesis Streams is a service that lets you collect and consume this kind of data so that it can be processed by your applications. And there's a few different options. So Kinesis Data Streams deals with data, and Kinesis Video Streams deals with video. And then there's one more service in the Kinesis family that you need to be aware of, and that is Kinesis Data Firehose. And the difference with Firehose is that after it captures the streaming data, it can then optionally transform the data. For instance, convert it into a different format. And then after that, Kinesis Firehose can be used to load the data into a data store like S3 or Redshift. So if the exam mentions anything about streaming data, then think Kinesis, and remember the differences between the 3 main options. So Kinesis Data Streams, Kinesis Video Streams, and Kinesis Firehose. Number 6 is Amazon Managed Streaming for Apache Kafka or MSK. Now, Apache Kafka is a widely used open source technology, and it's used for building real-time data streaming pipelines, enabling you to process streams of events from hundreds of different event sources. For instance, clickstream data, application log files, or online transactions, meaning that you can capture these events and respond in real time. Now, Apache Kafka clusters can be time-consuming to set up and manage, so with Amazon MSK, AWS is going to do all the heavy lifting for you. So provisioning the cluster, configuring everything, managing upgrades and patches, replacing unhealthy nodes, and scaling up when needed. So if you see anything in the exam relating to a fully managed Apache Kafka platform, then I want you to think of Amazon MSK. Number 7 is Amazon OpenSearch service, and this is a fully managed Elasticsearch platform. It uses open source technology, and it's compatible with industry standard Elasticsearch open source APIs, as well as Logstash for data collection and processing, and search and visualization tools like Kibana. Now, with OpenSearch, you can ingest data from services like CloudWatch, S3, or DynamoDB, and it enables you to easily search and analyze your data. Use cases include log analytics, application monitoring, security analytics, and business data analytics. And as a fully managed service from AWS, AWS does all the heavy lifting for you, so provisioning the cluster, software installation and patching, as well as failure recovery, automated backups and monitoring. So if the exam mentions anything about a fully managed Elasticsearch cluster, then remember Amazon OpenSearch. Number 8 is Amazon QuickSight, and this is a service that provides business analytics using a software as a service model. It connects to your data stores, either in AWS or in your own data center, and lets you analyze and visualize your data. So creating dashboards, graphs, charts, and scatter plots so that you can extract important information and make better business decisions. For instance, you could analyze your sales data to discover who's buying what, which are your most successful products, and are there any regional differences when it comes to sales trends? So if the exam mentions anything about visualizing your data, creating dashboards and graphs and charts to analyze the data and use them to make better business decisions, then think of Amazon QuickSight. And number 9 is Redshift, which is a petabyte scale data warehouse service that supports massively parallel processing. It's based on PostgreSQL, and it's designed to handle online analytical processing workloads, or OLAP. So it's optimized for analytics and reading large amounts of data to discover trends and relationships across the data. Data can be ingested from various different data sources, like relational databases from S3, or it could be streamed data from Kinesis. So if you see anything in the exam relating to a data warehouse or online analytical processing, or OLAP, then remember Redshift. And that, my friends, concludes the analytics services that you will need to know for the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to take your next step in your tech learning journey, sign up for free tech skills courses below.